Today I have my March hits and misses, so my favorite products that I've tried this month and the products that fell a little flat or that I outright hated. A lot of the products that I have up here today, I've been using them pretty consistently for the past few months. This is the first monthly video that I think I've ever done. A lot of the products that I'm going to be showing you today are a part of my regular routine. I use them pretty consistently, at least the ones that I loved. And I don't think I've ever done a monthly hits and misses video before. So that's mostly what this is going to be, is kind of what I use all the time. But a good handful of stuff I've just started using this month. We'll start with my misses, because that's always fun. The misses, the bad stuff. I had this little guy of the rose, or the Fresh Rose face mask with soothing rose petals, hydrates, and tones. This mask, they say it's safe to use every day, so that's how I've been using it, usually in the evening after I take my makeup off. This mask, there's just a little bit left in there because unless I have a reaction to something, I have a really hard time just like tossing stuff or giving it away. I have been using this every evening and I really don't like it. I feel like it doesn't do anything. This little sample's lasted me probably about a month, actually, of using it every day, because you don't need very much. I guess a little bit goes a long way. But the smell, it's so strong. It's not like good, fresh, realistic, like a light rose scent. It's like in your face, synthetic, fake rose. It's just, it makes my eyes water. When I put it on, like the fumes, I feel like I can feel fumes in my eyes. And as far as, I mean, maybe I feel a little bit more hydrated after I wear it, but I don't feel like it tones my skin at all. I don't feel like I get a good benefit out of this. This came in a set, luckily. I'm really glad I had a chance to try it because I love Fresh products 9 times out of 10. And this is probably something that I would have ended up purchasing probably a big size of. Which would have probably promptly been returned. But since it's a little guy, I'm going to use it up until it's dead, and I'll replace it with a different mask. The other miss, this one I've been using forever, mostly because, again, I can't throw anything away. It's the Ole Henriksen Sheer Transformation Moisturizer with vitamin C complex, licorice root, and pea extract. All 3 of those ingredients should be really great at minimizing dark spots and hyperpigmentation. This one is almost completely empty as well. I think I can safely say that it's a miss. I've used it down to the container. I try to give skincare at least a month, more often than not 2 months, before I make a decision on it. And this one, it does its job as far as hydration. I feel nicely hydrated when I use it. The formula is nice and thin. It's kind of like a gel almost. It's very light, doesn't feel heavy. It's a great daytime moisturizer. Except I don't think that there's any SPF in it, but I have not noticed any improvement in how susceptible I am to hyperpigmentation. I haven't noticed a difference in dark spots at all, and I feel like that for the price, this is just definitely not worth it. Something to do with the jar packaging. When products are in jar packaging, the ingredients tend to kind of like degrade and die off faster, so it's less effective. And it did take me a really long time to go through this. So maybe at first I noticed a difference and it's petered off. Either way, that's still an issue with the packaging not being great. But yeah, don't buy this unless you just need a basic moisturizer. But then I feel like you could find a cheaper basic moisturizer. The final 2 misses are both mascaras. My clothes are done. The first one is the Revlon Bold Lacquer Grow Luscious Mascara. This is a miss. Not because it's a bad mascara necessarily, worse mascara, but it doesn't do what it says it's going to do as far as growing your lashes longer or thicker. It was just very subpar. I mean, the look is extremely natural, as in you don't look like you have mascara on. It basically just like kind of tints your lashes. Very soft feeling mascara. The brush is kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't spend the money on this if you're expecting it to grow your lashes longer. Second mascara dud is Urban Decay's Subversion. I've given this one about 2 months as well, and I haven't noticed an increase in the length of my lashes. I haven't noticed that they're thicker. It's meant to be paired with Urban Decay's Perversion mascara. You can pair it with any of their mascaras, or any mascara you want. I didn't find that my mascara wore longer with this. I didn't find that my mascara would not flake, or that my lashes were thicker or looked nicer. It actually had a negative effect on my mascara application, because you're supposed to apply it and then put your mascara on top while it's wet, and I found that my mascara would clump faster. It made everything kind of messier, so I don't know. I was not pleased with this. So on to the hits. I kind of have a lot of them because I like a lot of stuff. I'm really easy to please, so when products kind of miss, for me, I feel like they're gonna miss way more people. So there's always going to be more loves for me than there will be hates for me. Anyway, let's start off. I'll start off with makeup. A really easy one, Naked Basics 2. I just got this pretty recently, but I have used this sucker like every day. I'm wearing it today. I use at least one shade of it every day. It's an excellent, obviously, neutral palette. Fairly affordable for how many shadows you get. I think this is a really good introduction to Urban Decay too. If you are more of a drugstore makeup user, you want to test the waters, really hard to go wrong with them. I prefer Naked 2 to Naked 1 for the basics palettes, but it's really just your preference. Really good rounded palette that you can pretty much incorporate into almost any look because it's just a buttload of neutrals. The next hit I have, which is going to get a much more in-depth review, Clarisonic Smart Profile. Holy Lord in heaven, love this thing. There's, like I said, I'm gonna try and do like a video review of this in comparison to the Clarisonic Plus, which was the one I used to have. But really quickly, the new brush heads for it, the Smart Brush Heads, have an RFID chip inside them. They, which counts how many hours of use they get, so it'll actually tell you when it gets low. For me though, was that it accepts the pedicure brush heads. I had already, after like a year of contemplation, decided to purchase the pedicure version of the Clarisonic. And that one's $199. This was, I believe, $265. And for me, I would have rather spent a little bit extra to have one device than save a little bit and have to switch between the two. So yeah, again, I'll do a better review of this later, but if you can, buy this. Buy this like yesterday. It's fabulous. I skipped to skincare. We were talking about makeup. Dermablend Smooth Liquid Camo. I've never got compliments on my skin before. Definitely not for like bare skin, but also not for skin that I have slathered in makeup. I mean, I'll get compliments on my eyes or on my lip color, but never like, oh, what foundation are you using? People were asking me what I was using. I have very acne prone skin. I break out really easily. This is really great for I haven't noticed an increase in breakouts. It covers beautifully. I barely need any concealer for this. Like I have like craziness down here. I just needed a little bit of mascara, a little bit of concealer. You need tiny amount of it. It's wonderful. It's long wearing. It says about 16 hours of wear. I would say with a primer, probably more like 9 or 10, but that's still pretty good for me out here in Washington when it's like humid and stuff. So yes, love this. This is Pure Minerals Miracle Mist. It's a hydrating and setting spray, but you can also kind of use this all over. It's got a really awesome citrus scent to it. I use it to set my powder a little bit. It's not going to increase the wear of your makeup, but it will help you get rid of that powdery look if you put on too much powder, or if you use a powder foundation, you know what I'm talking about. It is very hydrating. I've had a really hard time with my skin being dry this winter. This has saved my life. You can also use this kind of like a body lotion. So when I get out of the shower, I kind of mist it all over, and it smells really good, and it's really cheap. This big old thing is only like $19. Peter Thomas Roth Max Correction Pads. This is an alpha hydroxy and a beta hydroxy acid peel. My favorite part, 60 pads for I think it's about $30. So if you I use it all over my face, and then I bring whatever's left down my neck and onto my shoulders and my back. But if you don't have a problem with like acne anywhere else in your body, you can totally cut the pads in half, and then you have 120. And that's a really good deal. This one's a guilty pleasure of mine. I received this one in gratis. This is Dr. Brandt's Microdermabrasion Skin Exfoliant. This is very expensive. I think it's about $80, $75 or $80. But I tell you what, this is the best scrub I've ever used in my entire life. It says it's supposed to mimic an in-office procedure for microdermabrasion, and that it uses pharmaceutical grade crystals. I don't know, I haven't ever had microdermabrasion done, but I have used a lot of scrubs in my life, and this is the only scrub that I've used where when you're scrubbing your face, you don't feel tender, it doesn't feel like it's too much, but as I rinse it away, I kind of feel like, I'm like, ow, ow, like I feel like I went through some big ordeal. My dry skin has started to kind of go away, like skin flakes and stuff like that. I use this every 2 days, every 2 or 3 days, and I love it. I love it. I'm going to have to repurchase it when I run out because it's just too good. Philosophy's Back to Nurture Oil Gelée. This is a replenishing, hydrating serum. I use this in the morning after I cleanse my face, but before my moisturizer. It is the weirdest texture because it looks like, and it applies like an oil, but it's a very dry, almost like a dry oil, but not quite. I've used dry oils before. This is still a little different. This is super, 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 super moisturizing. I started using this when winter hit and I couldn't figure out what to do with my skin. I usually have oily skin, and then all of a sudden, this winter only, my skin became dry. My nose was very dry right in here. My forehead was peeling. I couldn't figure out what to do, so I added this to my routine. I've seen people add a drop or two of this to their moisturizer or even their foundation. It's very, very versatile, and it makes your skin feel nice and like cushiony and moisturized and beautiful. The next and final grouping of products that I fell in love with this month are from Bliss. So pretty much Bliss Skincare. This is the Triple Oxygen Energizing Mask, which I did a review of already. I've also got the Fabulous Makeup Melt and the Fabulous Foaming Face Wash. I'll do like a separate review going into the ingredients of all of these, but very affordable, very effective skincare. This is exfoliating. This takes off every lick of my makeup and it smells great. I'm just super impressed with Bliss so far. That's my March hits and misses. If you have any questions about pricing or where to find these items, I'll have that information in this blog post. Otherwise, thank you for watching. My name is Valerie Vanity. If you would like to find more beauty reviews or tutorials, you can find me on Twitter at Valerie Vanity, on Instagram at TheValerieVanity, or online at www.valerievanity.com. Until next time.